What's up, everybody? This is your Captain Everyone here. More than likely, your sort of teacherish guy about to teach you how to make something in Unreal. Coming in for class, preparing in 3, 2, 1. Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you guys doing? This is actually something completely new. This is something completely new for me that I was contemplating on doing, but something I wanted to do. Couple of reasons why I didn't want to do like a video, like I could do a simple tutorial of how to make something like how to make something like X8 as a tutorial. I don't think tutorial, even though tutorials actually helps you on specific things like what can do for this, what can do that, it doesn't go in the deep details of what was trying to accomplish. Hopefully my plan here is to actually hopefully maybe showcase what I made or what I used to make this, so that y'all be able to understand on your path in the game, doing game dev stuff in the game industry, trying to make something similar, or trying to maybe think in a way on how to make something somewhat similar to this, or take parts that was made from this and put it in your games. So that's basically the goal on this series. As I will probably let you know. I probably had to warn you. Even though I said that this stream might be scuffed, and for reason why is I quickly try to make this PowerPoint within today. So good news. I actually made the game. I actually sort of kind of finished the part of the game. So I'll be demonstrating that later on, and I'll be able to showcase parts on how I did this, what areas I used here or there, that sort of thing. Like after the stream, we're gonna go over pretty much go over this thing over here. The project I made, and pretty much kind of go through a bit of step by step, or maybe not step by step, but more likely more of a how I did this, how I did that, why I did this, and that and go from there. So anyways, back to here. So basically how to make something like Exit 8. Most over the content I'm gonna go over was find the difference games, or find the difference, spot the difference. Actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna do stuff change. Spot the difference. There. Yeah, pretty much the comment is like quickly over is like what is spot the difference? What is spot the difference? Why did I decide to copy Exit 8? Why? What I use to make my own? Spoilers. There's a lot I went through. And looking the middle one, I realized I haven't done a slide for that, so I'm gonna have to actually improvise on how I did. But it's this one's just kind of straightforward. It's not this one's not fully blueprint. It's mostly C++ and blueprint. I'll go over that later on. Then I'll pretty much talk about more on the actor components as best as I can, and hopefully I can, if I have actually remembered to update what I want to say in the slide, and also go over the thing that I have been searching over the internet for a very long time, dynamic level instancing. It is something it's basically something it's somewhat similar to level instancing, but it allows you to do certain things like change the transform of a level, basically the location, the rotation, the size of the level to whatever wherever you want. But I'll go over that later on a little bit. But first and foremost, people who are probably new coming to stream or coming on the YouTube video is what the heck is spot the difference. So spot the difference. They're basically a subgenre of a puzzle type game where you basically what you do is find what changed in the room, what changed in that they were looking at or was in. For instance, the two examples I can give you is I'm on observation duty and exit 8. These type of genres are basically popular in like horror theme type of game. It's very good to get spooked. I've played Exit 8 for a bit, and the ambience, intensity, that sort of thing, was actually able to scare me. But of course, being scared of it is not the most of it, but it's like something. How do I describe this? It's something that you go walk in the same room multiple times, and you wouldn't if you keep going at the same time, you start noticing differences. You start noticing some changes around that place. That something have changed or something weird happened, and that kind of thing that will disturb you. So yeah, that's basically what kind of the low gesture what the different games are. And next slide. So for example, I think I talk about it a little more. Observation Duty, the Observation Duty series is basically the game that started to spot the difference. If puzzle genre, if it's not the one that made the change, is one of the popular ones. Probably one so popular that has like a series of 6 tiles of the same game. It's basically this. You're basically, you control a character that's observing the rooms of the house or the mansion or whatever type of building is, and your job is to spot any changes or differences in those rooms and be able to just be able to call it out in a basically like by writing a report. Next slide. Exit 8 is somewhat like a similar level. In Exit 8, instead of being a room in some room safe away from the anomalies, you are in the middle of the room, and basically you're in a kind of loop where you walk forward and try and get out. And the only way to get out is to spot any difference. If you find an anomaly or find any changes in that room, you turn back. If not, you don't turn back. You keep going forward. And this one is the one I decided to make a copy of it. Not only because it's pretty and everything looks awesome in there. Like if you play the game, you'll definitely look at the realism of the somewhat realism of the game. Like you feel like you're in a subway tunnel or train to tunnel trying to get to work, and you look at this, it's like what the heck, this is cool, and it's something that's be very, very disturbing, especially with the ambience of the sound, especially when walking around, and especially with how it changes would creep up on you if you were not paying if you're not paying attention. Next slide. So again, why did I decide to make a copy of XA? One, learning experience. This is something that this is something I never made before. This is something I'm very interested in. I'm very something excited to something excited I wanted to do. That's basically the main gist of it, main idea of it. Yeah. And because the game was pretty simple. Matter of fact, it looks pretty because it's just basically one. It's actually one level. The whole game is basically just one level and a long corridor. Was not a lot of objects and details, other than the doors, the ceiling lights, the cameras, and the poster on the side, as well as the pathing on the floor. So it's very minimalistic. It's not like here's all the boxes and here's all the crates. Here's some other crazy details that they have in the game. It's just straightforward and simple. And something that I actually kind of like and want to try to make something around that. So of course it's simple to learn, to do, and basically just new things to learn. And two things that basically is like I'm basically trying to learn is like how to make anomalies and how do I make for this in this case dynamic level interesting. So I think I'll go over that a little bit more over. So I think next slide, that is all right. For all that talking, what I use to make my own. The first thing is why I make my own is Unreal Engine. Why Unreal Engine? For me, it's the engine I've been using for a very long time. You don't have to use Unreal Engine to make games like this. You can use Unity, you can use Godot, you can use Game Maker. Like you can make a 2D game, something similar. And there's actually a game out there that is that's similar to that. I can't remember the name of the game for the life of me, but there was a game where you are this character who is going through a shrine, and basically it's the same idea. You go forward. If there's no anomalies, you go back. If there is, and it's just in the level recess. Beyond that, it doesn't require any kind of crazy level instinct like I'm going for here right now. But it's and there's also another game that uses Unreal that has actually been released. I think there's like a YouTuber that made this game. Again, I can't remember the game for the life. No, I remember the game. I don't remember the developer. I can't remember for the life of me, but he made this game called Hotel 666, and it's basically Exit 8, but with multiplayer. You can play with your friends and be able to find any differences, which makes it fun to not be alone, but also makes it very helpful to see if anybody knows the difference within that room that you might miss. So there are many different ways to go along with it. So next slide. All right. So now we're getting to the main thing. What I use, what I mainly use for this. To start off, I did C++. I did C++ and Blueprints. I didn't make a slide for it, but don't worry about. I'm actually gonna go through it and talk about it right now. So I want to preface that most of the code is basically on C++, and most of it is done through like actor components. Actor components are, I need to go back real quick. Basically, you objects that you can are objects they get attached to an actor. Objects are make it simple for Unreal. An actor is something you see. Is something you see. An object is something you don't see. So actor components are basically just extra code that just attached to an actor that you don't see, but it does make changes. For me, when I use actor component, I'm basically just making making this actor component as a manager. That way I can attach this manager to a actor component. Oh no. Attach this actor component to a game mode and have that game mode hold all the information for a manager. Also, how you doing? New person. Come on in. I'm just getting started. The two components I made are anomaly level manager, which basically is straightforward. It manages what type of anomaly appears in the new room, and loads and unloads maps in the main map. That's literally basically it. I can pretty much go over that a bit. So here's basically the level manager, and if I can get the header of the level manager, that will probably be a bit more manageable. Sorry for that weird pun. Anyways, here is the anomaly level manager. It's basically a big mess. I haven't had time to actually properly clean all this up, but but literally it just does this. It's just pretty much have like mostly calls from C++. It has basically a anomaly interface that will basically just returns a counter and be able to start anomalies through a call from another actor, and be able to trigger anomalies based on when the player has walked through, and it's able to also check the anomaly if the player have successfully answered the correction by either going forward or going back. From there on, it's basically just like more of a setting up the code, getting all the work, that sort of thing. Like being able to set up an anomaly game. Anomaly game. This one is basically just straightforward start game, not like initiate the game and once the game starts, then start game. For this one, I actually set up use a blueprint to kind of set this up. So when this one's called this will cause a delegate like this, and it will. One second. Show instructions. I think this is one. Yeah. This is going to call this delegate bit and say check if the game have one or more. Originally it was at 3 or more, because I'm kind of mimicking I'm basically trying to mimic how the game at X8 starts. So it started at 3. Then once that's done, it'll go for here, call do once, and it'll call the set anomaly game to start. So in that case, it will show all the instructions from now on, and show what it needs, what needs to show, that sort of thing, and be able to activate the anomalies in the game. And for the anomaly listener components, these the anomaly listener components are basically it's a component that I can attach to an actor. Like but this one just basically just listens to anomalies and calls calls on functions that you're activate or on you're on activation. Like when it hit a trigger, it'll activate automatically, or when it trigger when the player have reached a certain threshold to trigger it. The anomaly tag will have anomaly tags. That is a gameplay tag component, gameplay tag container that will have a list of anomalies that it will trigger. For instance, and a very good example, the light. The light does two things. Does two or three things actually. By it will hold it'll be basically a flicker. It will turn off, and in certain areas of the map, it will not align itself. Like if I were to get an anomaly that does not align itself, it will activate it, and the lights will be in a different place than once was. If another example is the posters. I know they're like just different color, but I just call them posters because I pretty much don't want to try and import art and just do the art there. And they basically also do similar to the light. Basically, add a tag like the anomaly for this posters for all the posters. Most of the posters are actually the same. Like red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and purple. That will all have the tags of anomaly poster growing and anomaly poster same color. The only big difference is this one. That this one only has an expert call a different color. Where if different colors gets called, this is going to be the only poster that's going to change its color to something else. And that's basically it. And y'all have to spot that. What else? And there's also a thing where there's a for the store. Also had the anomaly list component. And basically just most doors are basically empty. Like for example, the one in the middle right here. This one has no anomaly tag. It's just a plain old regular door. That's it. Nothing special, nothing crazy, nothing like that. And that's kind of basically it. It's just basically to give a certain idea of what you're walking through and all that kind of stuff, and that's kind of about it. I also could go over it a little bit more on the blooper side. I think for this one I called it the level manager because again I'm bad at names and I don't think as I make. So I just make as I go and try to complete this. So real quick, let me go real back. Something I want to probably go over is this one. This is one I just call it just the anomaly counter, and it's basically like this similar to what you have in Exit 8, where this poster is there to count down how many answers you got right by just counting up, and it's basically this one is basically just an actor, and this actor is basically grabbing a anomaly manager that exists in the world. Basically the anomaly manager that's attached to the game mode. Well, the way I do this is basically I just get game mode. I don't care which game mode. As long as this game mode has this component, which is the anomaly level manager. Then it'll check its valid, set the anomaly into a variable, and bind a event to check anomaly delegate. basically when this is called, it's going to fire off the anomaly counter and give a value change to the text counter. And and this one right here, all it does is just exist. This just exists just to show up. Nothing else, nothing too crazy. Just this is just there to appear or not appear. You I can also be able to whenever this level gets this spawn as well. This will also spawn this, and this will call if this item needs to be set and hidden or not. And that's kind of the general the gist of it. The rest I did is basically in C++, but it's not really. There's not a lot of code to go with. Although I can actually go over the level access instance and the subsystem. The subsystem is like maybe I can I go over to the subsystem? I think I can go over to the subsystem. I'm just thinking about this right now. Actually no. I think I can go over the data assets a little bit. When the level gets created or gets spawned, it usually it spawns a. Back then, while I was working on this, it was usually like this. Like grab a anomaly manager and call init room, init spawn room, and what it takes in is what's called a level asset. And basically, a level asset is basically just a child of a data asset, where it just holds all the static information about this data. For example, this is called again, this is the level asset that I basically just created, and all it takes is just two things: a level and the bounds of that level. Basically, I use the bounds as the where in the world will this spawn, where the spawn is going to be, how big the spawn is going to look like, and where can I safely place this level at. That's kind of it. And what this would do, if you go back in here and double click this, it's going to spawn, basically just spawn a room. It's going to spawn a room what I call like the middle room, the room that's in the center of the world, between the left room and the right room. The left room, right room, I just basically call them exit and entrance. Exit as in like I'm trying to get out the room, and entrance is because I'm going where I first started from. And basically the idea for this is just we're spawning a room, we're starting to start to spawn the room, and we want to call out when this is ready. The biggest reason why is if I start the game right now, and let me actually put this guy outside. Like, let me put the spawn room outside. Like, this is what's gonna look like. When I spawn, I'm gonna be spawning outside. I'll be probably following my death, and this will allow me to actually move this character inside this room. That's literally just it for that one. Of course, also does some other things such as initiate the entrance and exit. So, real quick, let me show you what it looks like before. This one is basically what the room is going to look like. This room is right now, and here is a sub level for level instancing. but this level instance is not gonna be used on anything. This is just used just as a reference to show what change, what I want here, what I want there. That kind of story is that's his own, that's what's his own purpose for this type of level. It's just there to exist because this will be changed to do something else. But real quick. Okay, that's I've gone over there, I've gone over that. But either way, if I keep going with the game, if I go ahead and start at what the fuck, that was not supposed to happen. Okay. Something weird happened. Don't tell me you go do it again. You're going to do it again. How? Anyways, what's supposed to happen? What's supposed to happen that these type of rooms here is supposed to spawn out over here, and this room over here has supposed to spawn out over there. It's not supposed to spawn over this room. Otherwise, I'm kind of trapped, and I can't really get out. Oh man. Oh boy. But it seems like there's a bug I need to fix. That or I need to get over it. Because now I'm supposed to demonstrate this. hopefully on edit I can be able to show this off a bit more better on video or something else, but that's not what's supposed to happen. Which now why? Oops. Nope. That is something else. Already we're I'm demonstrating the game and already we're scuffing. Real quick. Game map. Did I change anything over here? Oh, wait. I know why. I know why that's not supposed to happen. Now it works. I was showing that as a demonstration, and basically I forgot to get rid of it. My bad. All right, I'm back here. This is what it's supposed to look like. So here it is. Here's the room. You can see the this one right here. It's the middle room here. This one here is the entrance, and this one here is the exit. And basically, as I move through this level, and I keep going through this level, you basically want to give some uneasiness to the world. Like, here's this poster says 0. We don't know what that is. You go through here. It's like you're walking through the same room. Wait, have I been to this room before? And you keep going and going. And I wish the run button works, but it does not. I have to get that fixed. I'm glad I get that fixed later on. And we keep going. And we're sitting in the same poster saying 0. And we just keep going. It's like, wait. I'm pretty sure, I've been in this room before. And pretty much keep going straight as he's like, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Why am I going in the same room? And here's something that's telling you change. Finally, we have a poster. But now we have another thing that I call this the instruction. This is where it's like, okay, this is what you here's what you do. You find anomalies, turn back. You don't find anomalies, keep going forward. And basically, that's how the game works. So now we have something has changed in the room. So when we walk through here, all of a sudden these posters were not this color. So then there's a change in anomaly. We walk back. And we do that, and we'll do this. All of a sudden, the poster was over here. It's now over here saying anomaly, saying number 1 instead of 0. So we go over here. And we're gonna see, check if any changes. And it turns out I know that it says there's no changes on the side, so there's no changes. So if there's no changes, we just keep going. Oh, by the way, one more thing has happened. As the room, I was walking through, a little yellow thing that debug show up saying exit room has spawned. The reason why is because this room has actually changed. Matter of fact, if I go back, look back real quick. This is here now the middle room. This is now the exit room, and this one's the entrance. But this one's a little flip over. That's of course because it changed. Now that's basically the gist of it. That's basically the idea of how the game works and how this game will work. So let's see. Let me go back into the next slide. So in this case, now we're going. I talked about the level instincts a little bit, but basically it's for this one, level instancing is just it's how Unreal handles streaming or level starting gameplay. Basically, it's like what I showed before. The corridor map is just a sub level in the persistent level that exists and will only exist when called or when loaded already. Yeah. Basically, the idea for this is basically if you have a big like a big level with a lot of tunnels or corridors or something that's very big in that level, that you could that the idea is to break apart certain levels to conserve performance, to make sure the performance is up high. But the problem for level instancing is the levels are basically static. Like, even though you have a level, this level is only stuck there. It's not gonna move anywhere. And even though you create one, you can't change where that level is in the whole world. In order to change that, in order to do this, you have to actually make it a dynamic level. The dynamic levels, instances, are basically the ways to spawn any level that transforms in any transform, basically a location, a rotation, even a scale, to actually be spawned in multiple instances. Excuse me, let me take it back. You spawn any transform you want, basically in any location or rotation, and actually you'll spawn multiple instances. The reason why we call it a level instance is because level instance just takes the information of the main level and say, okay, we're gonna make a copy of it, and basically be able to make copies of each instance without trying to while lowering the performance. And this is what it looks like in Blueprint. And behind me, and if I move around, this is what it looks down here. It looks like in C++. It's basically all you do is in C++ you do a low instance by soft object. This is coming from a object called level stream dynamic, and I think I could show a demonstration of that as well in code. So real quick, here, there we go back, and this is something I've been doing in the level instance, and something that gets called in the my mind's going blank. Something that get called through here. So if we can actually go, if we go back here, we go back to the init spawn room. It calls it in a level subsystem. What a level subsystem is basically a subsystem that is a child of the world subsystem. If if I go ahead and find it real quick. Here, right here. Just get started. What's in the what it does is basically it gets the world, and the world's gonna give it the subsystem. And funny thing about subsystem, for example, the world, when the world has spawned and does its thing, it'll and once everything's done, it'll call the subsystem. It'll call any subsystem that exists in the project. For instance, this one calls in the level asset subsystem. And if we go down to our subsystem, it's basically a very, very small package. It's a very small code. It says only have 2 functions, and it only holds level asset instances, array of level asset instances. So if we go over the code itself, and we go over to get or create level assets for, this is basically just when this is called, it will check if the level assets exists. That's basically the again, this is the data from a level. That remember, like it has like the level itself, and it has the bounds, and it will create a new object called new instance, and it will initialize in the new instance, which we go over now. And let me find it. Here we go. Here's the function for the initiation. And before I do that, sorry, I'll go over the code itself. This is just this is basically the level asset instance. This is the level asset instance is just the U object. It is basically, again, an object that does not exist in the world, but it gets attached and is extra code for the actor. Or it's like, yeah, for the actor itself, or the world itself as well. Anyways, and basically, the code here that basically is more like a copy, kind of copy paste. This is actually coming from a previous code from a project that was that's in Unreal called Lyra. If you're going to the Unreal Engine Marketplace or Unreal Engine Learning Space, in the Unreal what's it called again? Oh my god, I'm blanking out. The Epic Game Launcher. There we go. You will see like there was like a learning space where it also have Lyra. You can download Lyra, and it'll have all the information you need. The one information I got from is from a plugin that's only exists in Lyra called the Small World, and it has somewhat similar to what I have here. It's basically it's kind of over the same, almost the same thing, but I made some modifications to work for my game. So, anyways, this world is basically have stream in, stream out, unknown level. Unknown levels is something I think that's something I made. Maybe not. Excuse me. It also has something like handle level asset loaded, unloaded, shown, and hidden. Low is going to be something very important to know. But anyways, we start the function. We initiate the function. It adds the data into this. I'll add the data into this level asset instance object, and it'll then check if these things are exist. Once everything's fine, it'll call the low level instance by sub object. This one, which we showed before, it's basically just a level stream dynamic that exists in the level streaming. This already exists in Unreal. You can actually go in the project itself and actually find this find all of this in here. So I'm not gonna go over all of this, but basically just know it's just able to spawn the level the dynamic level instance from here. So back here, it'll once it's loaded and spawned, it will check, it'll set the streaming level assets into here, which is a variable in the level asset instance. And once that's done, it'll check if it exists, and it'll streaming level asset does exist. It will then now bind unique stuff into the level asset instance, and once that's done, it'll return success. If you, of course, if you fall through the level our anomaly level manager, and you'll need to see the stuff. Here we go. If we go back, if we go over here and we go back into the this, you'll find out. What I'm doing now is like I'm adding more stuff into it. Like I'm adding a name. The names are basically just strings. They're just going to check if these are going to be used to check if what's the difference, because I found out when you try to compare a level instance to another level instance, they won't figure out that they're the same or they're different. So I had to do it this way. That way they're able to compare what levels are there through name. And once that, the middle room also binds a function into the level manager itself called initialize init ray. Once everything's done and the levels have loaded, it's going to call the handle level asset loaded. This one's going to be the most important thing, because within this in this level instance, we are able to actually grab actors that existed in the level. Meaning, I can actually, if I want to try to find target points in the level, or try to find certain actors in that level, I can literally do that by having the handle level asset loaded be called, and have all the information data set up there. So, for instance, when it's going to go through this, then it's going to go through the actors that exist in the lower level. Actors mean all the actors that exist in that level instance, and it's going to give us all the information we need. I use this to actually find if there's any anomaly actors in there. There's only one anomaly actors, and that's using as a level manager, and it's going to set the level asset instance into that actor. So that'll be something for it to hold. I couldn't do this in the I couldn't do this in the level blueprint or the level instance, because when I ever tried doing that, it does something very weird, and I find that that's not be reliable. So if you ever try to do something with level instances and something weird happens when you try to do code or blueprint into the level instance, there's basically something weird that it will call it, and there's times it will not call it. So I would suggest, if you're doing something like this, to make a somewhat a sub manager into that level, so it'll hold the information you need for that. Anyways, what it does is it's going to actually tell that anomaly actor to hold this information about the level asset instance, and that's kind of basically for that one. And it'll also check for the anomaly target points. The target points are basically just little points in the world that's going to be at the edge of each exit or entrance. It will be able to spawn that new level into the project, into the level. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of that one. Okay. So once all that is done, once this is all taken care of, it'll basically now call this function the instance ready, and it will, if I can find it, and it will basically call this function. And this is basically just calling calling a delegate that exists in the level manager. This here is the delegate that I use, and this is what the delegate looks like. And this is what it looks like when this delegate is called. So here is the anomaly delegate, and it's going to call it for a sequence of get active class. It'll get it will move the player pawn onto wherever that place is located, and it will make things gonna make sure it works. If it doesn't work, I can probably get rid of that right now, but I'll call on that later on. And once that's done, it'll call the anomaly manager again to spawn the entrance and exit of the room. Once that's done, it's basically just kind of it. You're able to everything's initialized. You're able to move around the world. Okay. So from there, that's kind of more of that's kind of the detail of how I use the level instance, the dynamic level instance in this world. I know I kind of talked a bit and went around mumbling here, mumbling there. If y'all have any questions or anything like that, you can talk to me here, or you can say a question down in the comments below on YouTube. Let's see. I think from there, that's kind of it. Yeah, that's it. If y'all have any, of course, this stream is gonna be a bit shorter than usual. Way shorter, because I'm basically just all I'm doing is basically talking. What I am gonna plan to do tomorrow, I'm gonna do like a gorilla, where I'm going to actually add in the things, add more detail to the things, like having an AI walk into the world and just act normal. That sort of thing. And I think I'm probably gonna also make an endpoint where you hit a certain point of like you went to number 8 and there's exit, you walk out and the game's finished. I think there's possibly some refactoring and some optimization for the code, but other than that, that's kind of basically it. So if you like this stream or you like this video itself, you can pretty much give a like, give a comment, and follow me on YouTube, or if you're on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. Yeah, you can also follow me on X and itch.io. No, excuse me. You can follow me on X. I'm known as David the Wanderer there. And yeah, that's kind of about it. So with that, thank you all for coming by. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time. All right, bye bye.